Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Real Positive Girl podcast with me, Sabrina. This is the show that's going to help you become your best self. And today we are talking about creating a routine that really works for you. But before we jump into that, as always, I want to invite you to come say hi to me on Instagram. I'm at Sabrina Joy Perozzo. You can also send me an email at realpositivegirlpodcast@gmail.com. Both of these, either of these, for any questions, comments, concerns, prayer requests, feedback, topics, suggestions, or just to say hi to me. I would love that too. All the information on how to get a hold of me is in the show notes below, as well as the Facebook group that you can join, where I'm trying to build a community for us to be able to share and be able to have a place for me to do lives and talk to you about things that you are actually interested in, provide free tools and resources, and again, build a community where we can encourage each other and have a safe space to get help if we need it. As well as I wanted to share with you that my 8-week personalized coaching program is open for enrollment right now. Again, it is 8 weeks of one-on-one personalized coaching where I will go through 5 different sections of materials that will help you learn how to become more resilient and mentally tough. But there is going to be a lot of one-on-one times, multiple times a week if you'd like. It's really up to you how much time you'd like to spend together one-on-one to really focus on what is most important to you and what struggles you would like help navigating through, with like a one time a week where we all get together, whoever's in the program, to talk about weekly intentions and goals that you have for the week. So you can check that out in the show notes below, but let's just go ahead and jump right into the episode, which again is creating a routine that really works for you. So I know that you heard the title of this episode and you're like, I mean, if you're clicking on it and you're listening to this, I can imagine that maybe you'll be like, wow, is this really going to be as boring as I think it is? And I hope not, because it does sound really boring. I will be honest with you. To create a routine, that doesn't sound like any sort of magic, crazy, deep information on changing your mindset or bettering your mental health. But actually, I would ask you to consider how, if you have a routine currently in your life, even just one thing that you do every single day or most days on a sequence or a cadence of days in your week, and think about how you feel after you complete it and how that will can like energize you and make you feel even more excited to do a similar routine or complete it again. For me, that would be working out in the morning. I feel so good, I feel so energized, I feel so excited and ready for the day, and when I don't, I really don't. I really am not having it. And so that's the routine that I really like, and I actually am striving to figure out even more routines in my life, even a routine when I'm doing my day job at work, just really figuring out that regular cadence of things that I can do in a certain, like, kind of orderly way to make it feel more efficient, but to also make it feel like I'm, achieving goals, like progressing through whatever I need to get done, working better, and not having life feel so chaotic. So I am that person, as you can tell, that really needs a routine to stay focused and feel accomplished during the day. I love it, which is why I am trying to spend a lot of time figuring out an even better routine for my life outside of working out, which is probably the best, longest running routine I have right now. And I can honestly say that I struggle with getting as many things done without a routine. It really keeps me in the flow. It acts like a transition from like one section of my day to the next. So after I work out, and then I have a routine of like taking my kid to school and then coming back and then having supplements and then starting work and then, or taking a shower and starting work, and then having like my day just kind of flow at the top of the day. And I would love that flow all day long. It would just feel so good. And when I talk about routine, I just want you to know that I am not talking only about a morning routine that helps you get the day started, but also routines that happen in the middle of the day, end of day routines, specific self care routines, routines you use at work to stay focused, routines you can use to keep a desired cadence with an activity like date night or family night, gym time, and so many others. So I would say that a lot of people think of a routine as just like maybe like working out or maybe a routine that you have on Sunday night to get ready for the week. I think it can definitely be so much more than that. Like way more involved, way a lot deeper and more um just helpful in general with so many different aspects of our life. So, and I just want to go over like the benefits and like really what a routine can bring to your life. Because again, I know this sounds boring. promise you, it is pretty helpful, right? A routine provides like a set of positive habits you can engage in that help you manage stress, keep things orderly, better yourself in different ways, and allow you to get whatever you need completed. And that is generally my end goal. How can I get this completed in the best spent amount of time? Because like you don't want to rush things, but you also don't want to take too long where you're wasting your time, right? So you want to do it in the best, most efficient amount of time. I like to live my life on efficiency, like for reals. There are times where I like to dawdle, but like mostly if, especially if it's something that I have to do that I'm not generally like jazzed about, but I know it needs to happen, I want it to happen efficiently. And so it's just so super important. And routines also represent investing in yourself. You will also prove to yourself you can complete goals and tasks by being consistent in your routine. So if you are able to build a routine that, like in the morning, maybe you wake up and you do a stretch and you read a chapter of a book and you have some quiet time. And if you are able to do that routine for like 3 months, 6 months, you're able to demonstrate to yourself the next time that you were challenged to try something new or go after a new goal, you're like, well, I was able to do that with this consistent in this consistent timeline. Like, what makes me think I can't start something else similar to that? And so it can kind of prove to yourself, wow, okay, I can do things, I can complete things, I can stay on a regular schedule. This shouldn't shy me away or give me any fear of being able to do it with anything else. You know what I mean? And in regards to stress, which I know a lot of us deal with, the more routines you have established that help you get things done more efficiently and with less friction, you will experience less stress. And I think all of us love to have that in our lives where we're just like kind of lowering the stress on the regular. And so having a routine, I know that a lot of parents, so if you're a parent and you have children, like establishing routines with your kids definitely does cut back on the stress of, having to get them ready and provide for them and food and get them to places they need to be and get them to bed and get them up and all of this stuff and manage things around the house. Like having a routine for your children, I know that for my child, even more so now, we got to establish a better routine because as a teenager, she's just like, it would really help. I feel like a lot of us just work better in a routine because you know what to expect, you know what you need to do, and you know how those things are going to benefit you if you get them done or if you don't. So, if you are looking to reduce stress, having a routine for multiple things in your life is super beneficial. This also has to do with having a plan you're in control of. So when you create a routine, it's something that you create, right? And you are in control of it. And since you have a routine that cares of many things you no longer, like it just takes care of many things you no longer have to think so hard about and really be like, did I forget this? Did I forget to do that? Like, should I be doing this? No, you've already created a routine and you've already designed it to do everything that you needed to do, at least that you know of at the time of creation of that routine. Then you have more time and capacity to make better decisions on different things and make the best decisions you can on other things that aren't consistent in your life. Or when big decisions and choices come along in your life and you're like, okay, well, at least now you're not thinking of the 20 other things that you have to deal with every day because there's already a routine, it's already in motion, it already works for you. You don't have so much friction and stress in your life that you're able to like have like a moment to think about it, maybe even widen your perspective a little bit to consider all the options before you make those big decisions. So again, I don't know. I think I'm sold at the fact that routines help you lessen stress and that it's like you had me at less stress. You had me at less stress. And again, I personally really like routines because these are generally something I am in control of. I create the routine. Normally, sometimes you can walk into situations where someone else has created the routine for you, but if you allow them to do that, that's fine because they will be able to create the best routine for you for whatever it is. Like an example, a very classic example would be working out. And if you go and see a personal trainer, they will create like a workout routine for you to do, or maybe you go see a nutritionist and they'll create like healthy eating routine for you, like whatever that might be. Or maybe you have trouble like getting your kids to go down to sleep and you talk to like a sleep expert and they will help you create a routine for your kids. So it's like normally it's you, but you can still seek out experts to help you create that routine in your life. So the control. You create the routine and you dictate how it works and make it work the best for you. And that's what I really, really like about routines. And this is even in times where we are challenging ourselves to be better at something. It's still in our control. Like for another classic example is like working out, you know what I mean? It's like you don't necessarily want to do it, but you've created this routine with the goal behind it of wanting to get healthier or wanting to add this much muscle or do whatever. And so you still do it because it's something within your control. It feels better that we choose to do the work because we wanted to and knew that we didn't have to. But since we were in control, it just felt like a better and easier way for us to say, yes, I will do that thing. So if you're a control freak like me, you know what I'm talking about. Like I I've relinquished a lot of control in my life, but I still sometimes deal with control issues and this kind of stuff right here where it's like, yeah, this is in my control and I can choose to not do it, but I'm going to do it because I know it's good for me. It feels so good. It feels so good. So today I want to share with you 5 tips for creating the best routines for your life that will work best for you and whatever routine that you are creating for yourself. This is not a list of routines that you should do. This is a quick list of tips on how to create the routine that you prefer because you can Google all the best quote unquote routines that you should do in your life. A lot of them are like journaling, working out, meditation, reading a book, going on a walk, whatever. Those are great routines. I have nothing against them. I just don't think I should be the one here to tell you what routine you should do. I should be able to advise you on how to create that routine the best work for you. And then you could choose whatever it is. And you'll understand more once we get to tip number 3. Okay, so tip number 1, start with a routine you can actually manage. This is really about expectations, my friends. Not only do other people set unreasonable and high expectations for us, or unknown, gosh, I hate unknown expectations. We can set these sky high expectations for ourselves and think that it'll be so easy to hit it because other people that are very similar to us have hit it, or we have even hit it in the past. That one really burns me because there are so many things I used to do like 5 years ago that I can't do now, really in regards to like running, because I used to like really be a runner and now I really can't be a runner. My body hates it. I try, I'm still trying, I'm not giving up yet, but it's things like that where you have these expectations of things you are able to do or things other people want you to do, what things that you assume that you can do because other people are doing them. You really need to consider like what is actually reasonable, what is actually manageable. Don't overdo it. Start small with your goals and your ideas and your intents for the routine that you want to create. You don't want to burn out on what you choose to do too soon. Who wants to do that? It just, like when I reflect on times where I jumped into it too quick and I burn out really quickly, it's like, man, I really wasted a lot of time there, right? I don't think really any time is wasted because, failures and mistakes, we can definitely learn from those things and glean that information and take it into the next experience. But if we take like the wisdom and knowledge that we can get now and apply it, it can make it a lot easier and less like road bumps in the middle of that. You know what I mean? So you don't want to burn out on what you choose to do too soon. And the beauty of this is you can revamp and level up your routine as soon as you feel ready. So if you start really small with the routine that you have chosen and you're like, oh, I've mastered this, I don't think it's really benefiting me as much as it was originally. Okay, go ahead and level it up, change it up, add some things in there. Continue to push and challenge yourself as much as you know that you can handle without falling apart, and then continue to do that and let it grow with you. Number 2, choose a time you can be consistent with and schedule it out. So choose the appropriate time when you do this routine, especially if you have multiple during the day, right? So make sure that you don't just choose a time based upon what someone else tells you to do. Like if you're not a morning person, do not do not go with the advice from someone else that is a morning person. Be like, yeah, you should work out because it's the best time of day to work out. It's the only time of day that matters. Like, that's a bunch of bullcrap, okay? You can do that whenever you want. I mean, sometimes there's things that you can't do during certain times of day because maybe it's just not available for you to go to or to visit or do business with, okay? But generally, you want to be able to find a time that fits well. So life will happen though. So you will have to flex at some point, totally understandable. It might need to shift a little bit here and there, but do try to choose a time that you can commit to and that will work best for the routine that you choose. You might want to ask yourself, like, what time of day do I get stuff done the best? Or maybe consider, should you do harder tasks when you're more alert during the morning or whenever? Maybe I know a lot of people, even myself, can be more creative at nighttime. And maybe that's when you work on your writing or you work on your special project or hobby or whatever it is, or side hustle. Like maybe that's the best time of day for you. And then some things have to get done during a certain time of day, like I already mentioned, because that's when it will fit best. So just do it at that time and make everything else work around it. So choose a time that is consistent with you and schedule it out. Number three. So, number three, determine what your goal will be before you create the routine. So if your goal is to be healthier, I know that's just like, it's a super classic, easy example to explain what I'm talking about. So if that's like not one of your goals, I hope that you're not offended. Just like choose something else. That is your goal. Maybe your goal is to be more thoroughly read or knowledge about something, then that routine is going to include like reading books, listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos, being on Reddit, doing listening to lectures, doing whatever, right? So just whatever you want. But if your goal is to be healthier, maybe your routine includes working out or meal prepping or taking supplements or doing something else that will help you achieve that chosen goal. But you want to make sure you choose the goal before you just choose a routine, because then the routine won't feel very like disjointed or unstable, chaotic. You want to make sure that it is so aligned with your goal that it makes sense and that you're able to remind yourself why you're doing it and how important it is to you, and prioritize it, and it'll just work much better. But also ask yourself questions like, what would be the most efficient way to achieve this goal with a routine? So if you are trying to work out or become healthier, I would say the most efficient way might be with a routine was be like, okay, choose the appropriate time to work out, choose the appropriate time to decide like what meals you're going to eat that week and whatever restrictions that you decide to have based upon whatever knowledge you decide to follow. And then what rest days do you need? What like active recovery days do you need to do? What books do you want to read to better understand anything that you're going through that will contribute to being healthy? Like whatever it is, whatever your definition of healthy is. So ask yourself that question. Also, like, what's currently working and not working in your current routine? So if you have a routine that has a similar goal, maybe you want to like have a new one because that one isn't quite working, or there's some things that are working, other things that are not. So you want to kind of scrap it, take what's working, and then improve it. Or maybe you don't have any routines at all and you're like, okay, did I ever have routines in the past? Like, how did those work out? Anything I can glean from those experiences and bring them into the routine that I'm creating now. And then also ask yourself, how will these goals and routines better my life? Like, how would having the goal and the routine to become healthier better your life? Well, you'll become healthier, you'll feel better. Maybe you'll lose weight if that's your goal, or you'll gain muscle, or you'll be able to, do this event, this like, exercise, fitness event, or whatever it is. Or you'll be able to not have to be on a certain medication, not have to have certain like doctor visits, like whatever it is that's aligned with you becoming healthier. Really establish like, how will this better my life? Because if you don't think it's going to make your life better, even from an aspect of just enjoying your life better, being able to lean into gratitude and joy even more, then you might want to reconsider like the reason, the goal, and what you are going to do. Okay, number 4. We're almost there. Assign everything else. Not that you're getting bored. I really hope you're not. I hope this is helpful. I'm trying to keep it going. Number 4, assign everything else in your life a time slot of time. So everything else that's happening, you're going to create these routines. So maybe you have a routine to be healthier, you have a routine to be more productive, you have a routine to like learn more things, you have a routine to like wind down at night. But then everything else that's happening in your life that's super random, that kind of sometimes feels random, at least for me, you want to assign it a time slot. So while still understanding you'll have to be flexible, of course, because life happens, but by scheduling everything else, there will be like a flow, like a full-on flow to your day, because you're like, okay, I'm done with this routine. This is kind of what I should expect for this part of the day. and then another routine, and then, okay, this is what's happening for this next section of the day, and just kind of like be able to flow through your day. Things will start to feel like they're lining up and not be so chaotic. And if there's one goal I have in my life, it's to be less chaotic. Sometimes chaos is fun. A lot of times it's too much. It's overwhelming. It needs to go bye-bye. So assign everything else like a time slot that can kind of fit, and that also can keep you focused and on task of things you need to get done. And also, if people are trying to distract you or get in your way, you'd be like, sorry, this is an appointment I have to go to. And if it's not really an appointment, it's just something you chose to do at that time, still, it's an appointment. You made a promise to yourself, and you're going to do it. And you're not going to let anyone stop you, right? Right. Okay, good. Number 5, regularly review how successful your routine is and evaluate how it's going and make changes when necessary. So it's really just a standard process of reviewing whether this thing is working or not. And I think that we should do that with everything in our life. That's like an episode. If you think that's a good episode idea, let me know via Instagram, email, all the things, okay? Let me know. I think it's a good one. But it's just a regular review of, is this routine actually helping you reach the goal that you set? Am I doing the routine the best way I can? Should we shake it up? Does it even feel good to do this routine? Like within reason, because sometimes when you're working out or doing that one, it doesn't feel good sometimes, but then other times it does. You know what I mean? You're like, you're trading off a few things for that. But yeah, really consider don't be afraid to make changes, and don't get caught in the routine that doesn't work for you and end up feeling guilty for changing it or swapping it out for something that might work better. Sometimes we can get so caught up in guilt and what people will think about us if we decide to just abandon something that truly, truly, truly is not working for us anymore, or switch it out or change it sooner than they would, or sooner than some random person on the internet's advice would, right? Sometimes I'm that random voice on the internet. That we feel guilt about making those changes, but it's not about them. It's about you. It's about what's working best for you, how it's going to best benefit you. So don't feel that guilt or shame in that. And sometimes something works for a while, right? Then it's time to move on. And other times it just doesn't work at all, and you still need to move on. So you're always moving on. Okay? So whether it's sooner or later or somewhere in the middle, you got to review and decide, is this worth it? Is this good? Do I need to give it a little bit more time? Will that make me crazy? It made me feel like burnt out. Will I want to give up? Will it not help me at all because I'll just be trudging through it, but I will be gritting my teeth and angry the whole time? Important questions to ask yourself. So just consider that. Regularly review how successful it is and make changes when they need to happen. And that's all 5, you guys. That's all 5 of the tips that I have for you for creating the best routine that will work for you best in your life. So again, I know this is like a different kind of episode, but I do know without a shadow of a doubt, it's definitely going to help your mental health and your mindset to be a lot clearer and, again, less chaotic and less stressful and overwhelming, and also contributing to not burning out in your work life and in your personal life. And you want to learn more about that. I think a couple months ago, I did do an episode. I know that I did. I just can't remember how far back. I did an episode on learning how to not burn out in your personal life and being able to identify if that's happening to you, because it can happen a lot in work, but it can happen a lot in your personal life, and people just don't realize that it can happen across both. So something to consider to listen to if that is something that you experience. But thank you so much for listening to the Real Positive Girl podcast, again with me, Sabrina. Check the show notes below to find me on Instagram, send me an email to sign up for my newsletter on my website, to join the Facebook group and become a part of that community, and to check out my 8-week personalized coaching program, which is called Your Mindset Matters. And I think that will be such a great opportunity for anyone looking to learn more about how to become resilient and mentally tough and be able to push back against any struggles or setbacks that come at them in life, and then also deal with anything else that's more personal to you one-on-one to help you become your best self. So again, thank you so much for listening, downloading, sharing. Until next time, have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.